ASEAN Dailies. First and the foremost news from Southeast Asia.
Good morning, this is Arlene and you're still with me on our ASEAN Daily. Well, I'll bring you more news from Southeast Asia with a focus on economy this time on, unfortunately, laying off staff. Well, in Southeast Asia, we have seen the economy has not been doing really well, and a lot of the big corporations, especially the banking industries and oil and gas industries, have been laying off staff across Asia. We are seeing that in Singapore as well, where Barclays is or will be laying off 100 employees in Singapore. Some 100 employees working in Barclays will be axed off in a drastic cost-cutting exercise which saw the bank exit multiple business across Asia. It also plans pullout of businesses in Taiwan, South Korea, Australia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. More uncertainties in the banking sector. But what about the workers' rights of those who are being retrenched? Unfortunately, they need to find new jobs. Definitely, the employment sector is not really doing well. In Asia, Asian staff at the British landing got a rude shock yesterday morning, which was last week in fact, when they were informed that the bank is closing the cash equity research business in Asia, namely in Taiwan and South Korea. It also planned to exit investment banking in Australia, Indonesia, the Philippines, but will support clients from outside those regions, according to sources at the New Straits Times. While at the Financial Times reported that Barclays is closing the sales and trading and convertible bond trading businesses across all Asian countries and is also exiting Moscow. But Barclays will continue to focus on investment banking in China, India, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Japan. Also, the United States and Britain will remain its core markets. The cost-cutting move are part of plan by new Barclays Chief Executive Jes Staley strategy to improve the bank's profitability. According to former JP Morgan banker who started work on December 1st. When asked about its plan in Singapore, where the bank has about 3,200 staff, Hong Kong-based Barclays spokesman Angie Tan declined to give specific plans. She said that we are constantly monitoring our opportunities in different geographies and businesses over the cycle. If any firm decisions are made, we will provide an update. But some staff at Barclays in Singapore told a newspaper in Singapore that about 100 people here are being made redundant in a 2-day exercise that ends today, which slash across 1,000 jobs in Asia. Of the 100 people to be axed here, there are some 19 investment bankers alongside 12 equities professionals, 5 in credit and dozens more who were let go a couple of days ago. He also added that the back and middle office functions are being phased out over the next few weeks. While on Wednesday last week, front office executives were told to report to the office before 7:30 a.m. a couple of days ago to attend a briefing. It was then that the cuts were announced, leaving staff stunned as the bank was still hiring up till November. Several of the Barclays staff also complained they were unfairly treated in the exercise, with one banker who spent at least 10 years in the banking industry calling it the worst retrenchment exercise in years. They also confirmed reports that the bank pushed back staff bonus payments to March, and they were informed yesterday that they would not be entitled to the bonus. They were told to serve the full notice period and they would be put on garden leave for 3 months. Some also said they were given less than the usual retrenchment benefits based on 1 month's salary for each year they work. When most of the investment banks retrench people, they have a team of professionals to help you with questions, tech issues, and even counselors in case people break down, and contracts like headhunters for you to reach out to. But Barclays didn't have anything. That's why it's shocking. They drove the business so hard, and this is what they get. This is definitely unethical towards its staff in Singapore. Moving on to another news in Indonesia, where it is definitely working on constructing a high-speed train. But will it be able to beat traffic jam? So this is something that a lot of Indonesians are having them in mind, but definitely it will be able to help to ease the congestion in the notoriously traffic Indonesia's roads, especially in Jakarta, and the high-speed train will run between Jakarta and neighboring Bandung, the nation's third largest city. How effective it will be? Well, let's just see. Anyway, moving on to another news in Southeast Asia, we focus on the region where talks about Malaysia car. Buyers in some of Southeast Asia's key automakers deferred new car purchases in 2015 in the face of widespread currency depreciation and mounting household debt. Yet vehicle sales in Malaysia had fared better than most with flat demand. Could it mean that the car market not be dampened by the economic uncertainty in 2016? We are wondering the same thing too, but it seems like buyers in Southeast Asia definitely are in high demand of Malaysia cars, and we are seeing vehicle sales in Malaysia fared better, where they have absorbed 666,000 unit, a mere 0.03% up from 2014. At the introduction of a 6% GST rate in April last year, and the weak ringgit nevertheless dented consumer confidence in the country, where many have to buy cars for work because of poor public transport. Meanwhile, car makers, fearful of driving customers away, have also held off rising prices, despite the ringgit's 23% plunge against the US dollar. With that, we are seeing that the year is expected to remain challenging, with the MAA forecasting a 2.5% drop in sales, partly because of the tighter rule on credit. Lenders are setting high income threshold on loans across the board, particularly to first-time buyers. But Malaysia and Thailand both have high household debt, more than 80%, respectively. And in Thailand, a large part of the household debt are taken up on vehicle. The same thing in Malaysia. Car sales hit record level in 2012 but have been declining steadily for the past 3 years, slumping another 9% in 2015. The situation was compounded by last year's severe drought that affected agricultural products and reduced income to farmers. This is definitely a situation happening in Thailand right now. While Indonesia, the region's largest automotive market, also seeing sales dropping at 16% on year to 1.01 million unit in 2015. The economic downturn is due to weaker demand for commodities and the falling rupiahs. And we move on to the news about arts and culture. Well, the latest news on a beauty product from Malaysia is it has been banned by Brunei on its two of the cosmetic products which believed to contain harmful substances. The affected products are Cantik Beauty Slimming Herbal Capsules, Qu Puteh Cosmetic Whitening Pro Night Cream, and Qu Puteh Cosmetic Whitening UV Block. In a statement, the ministry from Brunei said that the product has been tested by Drug Quality Control Section under the Department of Pharmaceutical Services in Brunei. It said that Cantik Beauty Slimming Herbal Capsules contain spironolactone, while the two Qu Puteh products allegedly contain mercury. The substances are said to cause adverse effects potentially hazardous to users' health. Unsupervised consumption of spironolactone cause malaise, confused drowsiness, dizziness, breast discomfort, and enlargement. Also irregular periods, cramps, hair loss, and skin rashes. While on the other hand, mercury is a potent ingredient that is prohibited in the cosmetic products as stipulated in Brunei's Medicine Regulations 2007, as it has hazardous effects on human health. Meanwhile, we are also seeing Malaysia's Health Ministry announces ban on Qu Puteh product. A product from popular cosmetic line Qu Puteh has been banned and has been found to contain harmful substances. The product is Qu Puteh Cosmetic Whitening Pro Night Cream. A statement by Health Director General Datuk Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah said the product contains mercury, which isn't allowed to be used in a cosmetic product. The ministry's National Pharmaceutical Control Bureau has found that the Qu Puteh Whitening Pro Night contained a high level of mercury based on a sampling it did on the product. She also said that the Bureau has received reports of adverse effects from users. And in view of this, the ministry has cancelled the product notification of the Qu Puteh Whitening Pro Night Cream, and the company selling the product has also been asked to cease all sales and stock activities and withdraw it from the market within 72 hours. Nevertheless, the product by Vida Beauty Sdn Bhd owner Datuk Sri Hazima Othman, popularly known by Datuk Sri Vida, could not be reached for comment. We focus on another news on Southeast Asia. A good question about Southeast Asian art. Is investing in Southeast Asian art a good idea? Well, it depends on who you ask. The Southeast Asian art is making waves globally, is not in doubt. There has been greater exposure at art exhibitions and international art fairs, among other platforms. Some artwork have been sold at dizzying prices, notably the 2014 sale of Pasukan Kita yang dipimpin Pangeran Diponegoro, or in English, it would be Our Soldier led under Prince Diponegoro by modern Indonesian artist S. Sujono. It went under the hammer of $7.48 million in Hong Kong. However, whether the market is ripe for investors to step in is another matter altogether. According to Lord Zui, Director of Curatorial and Collections at the National Gallery in Singapore, is one of the doubters. The National Gallery of Singapore, which opened in November last year, has one of the world's largest collections of modern Southeast Asian art and presents regional exhibits that help viewers understand more about Southeast Asian art and culture. Low's message: nobody knows which art will appreciate in value if at all. It's very subjective. Nobody knows, and he would actually urge people not to think of art as an investment. There are more rational ways of investing your money than in art. Interestingly, the appreciation of our Southeast Asian art in financial terms is so hard to predict that you would be assured that you wouldn't lose too much money only if you buy art at the higher end. Major auction houses such as Christie's and Sotheby's appear to disagree with the National Gallery of Singapore director, noting that the region's arts have been reported price growth in the past few years. Art in Southeast Asia has seen almost 20 to 30% growth over the last 5 to 10 years, but it still depends on factors such as rarity, provenance, and condition of the piece, according to Dexter Howe, Southeast Asian art specialist at the London-based auction house Christie's. Anyway, that's all from us today. Thanks for listening to Durian ASEAN. We will definitely report further on Southeast Asian news and provide our commentary on the latest in this region. You can always catch us on our social media in Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, you can definitely listen to us live on our website at durianasean.com or download our app Durian ASEAN. Have a great day.